Hi, this is Dr. Aaron Perlut with the American Mustache Institute. You know, there's been a long history of mustaches in the National Football League, from Ben Davidson to Andy Reid. This week, of course, the St. Louis Rams will honor their new head coach, Jeff Fisher, and his luxurious lower nose forestry unit before a game with the Washington Redskins. So we sat down with Coach Fisher in light of that to talk about mustaches, whether there's a pattern of discrimination in the NFL, and whether he should be the 2012 Robert Goulet Memorial Mustached American of the Year. So, you know,
it's nice to finally meet you.
I know, it's an honor, and you're welcome. Let me just say that in advance.
Thank you. Does that mean I have an invitation?
Yeah, the open invitation. You know, it seems wherever you've gone as a head coach, there's been a certain fascination with your mustache, and it's been no different here in St. Louis. Well, why do you think that is?
I really have no idea. I mean, I've coached with a beard down in Nashville with a goatee. You know, it's really all up to my daughter.
Well, clearly, it provides a certain level of performance enhancement, and it must, I would imagine, as a coach, it must change the way you evaluate a player. I mean, does it invalidate the Wonderlic test at all?
Well, if a guy's got a mustache, then he automatically passes the Wonderlic test. I mean, with flying colors. I mean, you know, there's 50 questions, and that's like answering them all right.
You know, if you look at your history, you came out of the virtual NFL School of Lower Nose Forestry, being on some of those great Chicago Bears teams. I mean, if you look at some of these players, I mean, everyone from William Perry, Matt Suhey, Richard Dent, and of course, you know, Mike Ditka.
Yeah, you know, Jim McMahon, he didn't have it. He didn't have it in him. Somebody said when he tried to grow one in high school, and he had a bowl of cereal and left some milk on it. The cat licked it off.
That would seem to provide irrefutable evidence that there is some performance enhancement with a mustache. I mean, you won a championship. Those were great teams you played on.
Yeah, there is. I think the more mustaches you have, the better chances you have of having not only a winning season, but winning in the playoffs. Was
there ever a sense from the majority of the team that you wanted to walk up to Mike Tomczak and just slap him across the face for looking like a 14-year-old girl?
Because he had such a blank mustache?
A baby face. You really didn't have anything.
I didn't get to spend much time with him.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you know, you've had a pretty consistent record of employment since you became a coach in the NFL. The same cannot be said for other mustached Americans. You know, you were only one of 6 head coaches in the NFL with facial hair, and only one of 2 head coaches or candidates that got a job interview for some of the openings last year. Is there a culture of discrimination in the National Football League?
Clearly there is. I mean, I hope the aspiring young coaches that get an opportunity to coach in the National Football League at least get to see this piece, because they'll know before you go interview, you better have one.
I wonder if owners are afraid of coaches being too good looking.
You're going to have to ask them.
Yeah.
And Reed's got a
beautiful mustache.
Great one going now. Yeah.
Should there be a rule that ensures that at least one mustached American candidate is interviewed for head coaching vacancies?
You know, I think they'd probably bring that up at the next owners meeting.
Yeah.
I think that's good. It's probably would be a good proposal for a club to throw out there.
And of course, you know, you were a longtime member of the rules committee, so maybe it's something that gets weighed in on the rules committee too, in terms of safety in regards to.
You know, when they finally get the referee or official thing sorted out, and I hope all 7 in every crew has one.
That's a good point. So this Sunday, the Rams are going to honor your mustache with a Fisher Stash Day. You know, they're going to be handing out these to everyone that comes in the stadium. Is this your greatest professional achievement?
No, I'm going to shave it Sunday morning.
You know that according to biblical texts, each time a mustache is shaved, an angel in heaven dies and falls to earth, right?
Is that right?
It's true.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
So, you know, finally, let's get you out of here on this. Every year, the American Mustache Institute seeks its Robert Goulet Memorial Mustached American of the Year. Mm-hmm. In 2012, is that going to be Jeff Fisher?
You know, that's up to the committee. You know, I would be extremely honored, but that's up to the committee.